the mighty Andes Mountains of Peru. Fierce, foreboding, an inhospitable region where little can survive. Yet one culture thrived, the Incas. For 500 years they waged bloody battles, engaged in human sacrifice, and built cities of stone. Their crown jewel, Machu Picchu, took 80 years to complete, then was mysteriously abandoned. Yet some say the mystical power of the Inca still resonate from the stones of Machu Picchu. Cross this threshold to places of mystery. Just 5 square miles, the tiny but wondrous city of Machu Picchu exudes a majesty that overwhelms the senses. High above it all, so close to the heavens, this sacred site has hidden its secrets in the Andes Mountains of Peru. At 9,000 feet above sea level, the air is so thin you can barely breathe. Yet it's home to one of the greatest civilizations the world has ever known. Inca. The name alone conjures up images of warriors, wealth, and awe-inspiring cities of stone. Katharina Schreiber is a professor of anthropology and has spent the last 20 years studying ancient Peruvian civilization.
The Incas conquered the largest empire ever known in the New World prior to the Spanish invasion of the 16th century. They conquered north, including all of Peru, Ecuador, and southwestern Colombia. To the south, they conquered northwestern Argentina and the entire north half of what is today Chile.
But there was a darker side to this complex culture, one filled with bizarre rituals and human sacrifice. Inca legend has it that in the beginning of the 12th century, Manco Capac, the son of Inti, the sun god, went searching for land so he could build an empire. Standing high atop a mountain, he threw his magical staff into the earth. When it was swallowed whole, he knew he was home. He called the city Cusco, navel of the world. Cusco was the center of the Inca Empire. Today, this popular tourist destination is considered the archaeological capital of South America. At its center stands Coricancha, the Inca Empire's most magnificent temple. At one time, 4,000 priests roamed these halls, walking past walls lined with solid gold. Today, the treasures are gone, but archaeologist Raúl Del Mar believes the legacy lives on.
Bueno, acá estamos en el recinto.
Here we are in the Room of Stars. This was a very important room during the time of the Incas. Here, offerings were made, ceremonies were performed to the stars, which were important in order to plant, to get harvests. Here we can see a carved niche, a little carved window where the statues were set, where the offerings were placed. This shows the importance that this place had. Here we are in the Room of the Moon. This was also used as an astronomical observatory. Using the window alignment, they could measure. They could observe the passage of time.
But the rooms were also used for something else. And the stones bear the scars of bone-chilling secrets.
We are here in a room used for sacrifice, in which we can see a table. And we can see 3 holes which were possibly used to channel the blood.
La sangre que derramaban
The blood that came from the llamas or the people who were sacrificed here.
sacrificadas en este lugar.
The Incas sacrificed people, including their own children, as gifts to the gods. The ceremonies entailed long journeys to mountaintops, where offerings would take place in an eerie calm of ritual and prayer. For the Incas, death was not final. In fact, at Coricancha, in this very courtyard, the dead were brought out daily and offered food. And when a ruling member of the Inca elite died, all of his servants were put to death and buried with him for the journey into the afterlife. Gruesome? Perhaps. But spiritual guide Vera says for the Inca, it was just another way of connecting with the gods.
The people here live so connected all the time. Everything is a ritual for them. They are so connected with nature for so many generations that when you come here, you are embraced by this energy.
When we come back, we'll uncover the mysteries of the great stone temples, architectural masterpieces put together without a single drop of cement. The Incas of Machu Picchu were master builders, way ahead of their time. Their temples aren't just displays of architectural genius, but also evidence of remarkable dedication and persistence. Temples are as abundant in Machu Picchu as the theories on why they were built.
This was built by an emperor, one of the world's greatest emperors, who had all of the resources an emperor had at his disposal.
Anthropologist Jose Moscoso believes it would require more than a royal decree to build these temples. He says the Incas were driven by religious devotion.
The Inca was considered to be the son of a god on earth. Now, if I am here and I have to work very hard, imagine carrying these big blocks and working them out, I wouldn't work for a man, but I would work for the gods.
Since the Incas kept no written records, we will never know for sure just how these stones were moved. But they were moved, without the use of the wheel. And they were joined together without the use of mortar. Incredible feats, astonishing temples. Like Ollantay Tambo, and this one, with an Incan name provocatively pronounced Sexy Woman. Nearly 20,000 men were involved in the construction of Sexy Woman, and it took nearly a century to build. The blocks weighed upwards of 300 tons. Legend has it 3,000 lives were lost hauling one huge stone. Amazingly, the zigzag pattern is the only thing that cements the stones together.
Es de una arquitectura utilizando piedras.
The architecture utilizes smooth, square stones in which no opening of any sort is seen because of the compactness from the construction.
Compacta la construcción.
Machu Picchu has some of the finest Inca architecture and stonework that we know about from the empire.
Less than 60 miles away is Ollantay Tambo. 200 stone steps lead up the terraces to 6 monoliths of enormous size, also assembled with astounding precision. They tell the story of how the god Huitlacocha created the world.
We've got the 6 steps in the creation of the world. And finally,